it's Hayes and welcome back to the final instalment, hopefully, of Little Locked Rooms. We have one left to go, which is the Shadow of the Goat. We started it last time. I just assumed it was going to be, you know, as small as the other ones. It's not. It's quite an involved mystery, so we're going to start off just going over it again. So, the objective. Find out the truth behind the disappearance and the attacks are committed inside the castle. So from what I remember, it was like a masked party. They all had animal masks on, and the goat person, one with the goat mask, was the perpetrator. So he went down to the cells and he was like, I can escape. And he did seemingly escape. And then elsewhere in the castle, he had taken two other people, attacked one of them and killed the other one. So yeah. So the dioramas show how the castle looked when the police arrived. The dioramas of the rooms are mirrored. The windows lead to the moat, not the courtyard. What windows? These ones? The windows lead to the moat, not the courtyard, okay. Oh, group photo of the people involved with the case. Oh, I'm glad we have a group photo. God, that's what we were missing. So we have Leopard, I'm pretty sure it was Leopard's party. Lion, Owl, a fox, the goat, what's the one like the reindeer, a rabbit, don't know, no that's the goat, so yeah, a deer, a rabbit, unsure what blue is, but then the goat in green at the end, okay? Guards outside the castle watched over the bridge and reported no one left that night, so the drawbridge. No one, okay, so they didn't lead through that way. There were no footprints or traces of dirt surrounding the castle, well no one left, so there wouldn't be. Everyone had access to the castle rooftop. Sorry, parachuted off is what you're saying. Ghost Mask was unique, there weren't any duplicates. Okay, because one of the things I'd been thinking about between playing last time and this time was that maybe there was more than one person. You all had a goat mask, it wasn't the same person, but okay, no. Goat is a master at faking other people's voices. So could he potentially then have swapped masks with people? That wouldn't make any sense, no, forget that. Goat had one accomplice that night. Okay, yeah, I felt like there had to be someone else involved. Alright, so let's start, which I'm pretty sure the start was... No, it wasn't down here. That's a lie. Was it down here in the dungeons? Okay, this was the start. Oh, thank God, I did think this when we started playing. Okay, so there's some rope. What are you? Shackles. Rope. Wheat bags. Okay. And this leads out to the moat. Okay, it's an open window though. So goat was locked in here. So the cells are pretty, just a bed on the wall. And then this is the one he was in. Did they leave him with, yeah, I'm pretty sure they left him with the candle. They had two candles, Deer took one and they all went back to like the entranceway and they left one with Goat. And his weird book. Alright. Does it give me any more information? Right. Goat, an infamous noble, proposed a bet that he could disappear from a room using dark magic. Lion, owl, deer, peacock, as peacock is blue, rabbit and fox took him up on that bet. Leopard wasn't present, so it was Leopard's party where he didn't come downstairs for this. They arrived at the dark dungeon. After inspecting it, there's no means of escape, which I agree with. Let's look around the outside though, just in case. Doesn't look like there is. No, I agree with that stone looks like. Okay, they all look like that actually. It doesn't matter, ignore me. I have no idea how he escaped. Goat was also patted down. There was nothing on his person but that book, which he left. The group left Goat alone in the cell corridor with a single candle and closed the door. So that was the candle they left him with, okay. Everyone waited in the dungeon hall. Deer illuminated the door the whole time. After 15 minutes passed, a loud shriek resonated behind the door. Deer opened the door, everyone saw candle lights. Everyone except Owl rushed to the last cell, but only that candle and book remained. The group inspected all the cells, but Goat was gone. Nothing strange was found either. Owl blocked the entry to the cell corridor with his body until the group finished searching. Owl isn't the accomplice, he's telling the truth. Well, that's good to know, it's not Owl. Who could the accomplice be then? Where's the... hold on, the socialise? So a mass party was hosted by Duke Leopard. Many guests gathered in the main hall to socialise. Can we access the main hall? Oh, there we go. Okay, so the story starts down here. And then I can't remember what happened next. Was this that's the same bloody handkerchief. So there's blood on that book then. That's why I just thought it was like a weird splodge. So this is Leopard's room, wasn't it? Yeah, because the person was in the armoury. Documents, ink, quill. Huh. It's just like an average bedroom. And does this window look out onto the moat or onto the courtyard? Unsure. Bed, wardrobe, nightstand. This thing is definitely weird. Bloody handkerchief. So 15 minutes after Goat vanished in the dungeon, he was seen in the main hall with the leopard. Okay, after they were seen heading to the leopard's chambers. After Lion was found in the armory, the group tried entering Leopard's room, but it was locked. This is why it's confusing, because it sounds like Goat is in 2 rooms at once. They forced the door open and found Leopard dead. Leopard had a stab wound in the back of his neck. He died quickly and quietly. He always carried a key that could open any castle door, but it wasn't on his corpse. Are we sure this happened? Yeah. I was going to say, could it anyway this incident have happened first, but it doesn't seem so. And then the final piece is in this one. Although I want to look at this a bit more. Boat, dock. Could he not have escaped this way? It seems a bit too obvious though. They did say they had access to the roof as well. So I'll look around here. Oh, there's an axe in here. Don't know why seeing it open would necessarily help me. Was it blocked with this piece of wood? Sounds like a real possibility. Just zoom out. So we have the lion mask, oh yeah, another one, bloody handkerchief. Cups, candle, just a regular table, loads of swords, some practice dummies. And then, oh, it opens. But it's got a crack on it. And more blood. Okay, we'll look at that properly from the outside. So that's where Lion's body was found, and then just more swords and shields. Okay. Oh, that's the... Good to know. Found the murder weapon. Bloody hell. Where's the next one? So the diagrams of the rooms are mirrored. The windows lead to the moat, not the courtyard. Got it. So 30 minutes after Goat vanished, the group went to the dungeon. No, said that wrong. 30 minutes after Goat vanished, the group that went to the dungeon returned to the main hall. Okay. I'm a bit confused on the timeline here. Worried when they heard Goat was seen with Leopard, the group split up. Most of the members found nothing until they heard shouts from here. Inside the armory, Fox was trying to wake up an unconscious Lion. Goat wasn't in the room, so it was Fox. It was Fox. Fox was playing Among Us. Joe, when you're the imposter in Among Us, you kill someone, and then to take suspicion off you, you immediately press report body. You're like, oh my god, I just found that it wasn't me. It must have been Red, or, you know. Okay, I think Fox is suspicious. Because it can't have been this... Lion couldn't have been killed at the same time Leopard was... Well, Lion couldn't have been attacked at the same time Leopard was being killed. There's no way. They said the Goat mask is unique. There is only one of them. So there has to be 2 people. So if Goat was with Leopard, maybe Goat and Leopard left the room, but for whatever reason... Did people see Goat in this room? So worried when they heard Goat was seen with Leopard, the group split up to search them. Okay, so Goat goes to the dungeon with everyone, pretty much everyone apart from Leopard. He somehow escapes, heads back up to the main hall, takes Leopard, and then the group come back up and they split up. And then, in the armory, Fox is with Lion as part of their group. Does it say how many they split up to? Just that they split up, okay. Fox is with Lion. Fox stabs Lion, maybe? Hold on, yeah, so it's saying, inside the armory, Fox is trying to wake up Lion, Goat wasn't in the room. He could have escaped, the window does open, there's a crack in it, unsure why there's a crack in it. Everyone in the castle removed their masks, but no one was the man behind the Goat mask. The police arrived and searched every corner of the castle, but Goat was nowhere to be found. Could Goat be someone else at the same time? so. Splitting up, Fox heard some noises coming from the armory. She tried to open the door but didn't budge. She asked if someone was there. She heard lions screaming, followed by glass shattering in silence. Fox broke the door down with an axe, okay, and found Lion unconscious with the window. Okay, so it wasn't Fox either. After splitting up, Lion found Goat in the armory and questioned him about Leopard. They both heard Fox's voice from outside. Goat stabbed Lion with a knife. Lion managed to wrestle the knife away from Goat but was shoved and lost consciousness. Duplicates of Lion's masks and clothes were found on the table even though he was fully clothed. Lion survived with a deep stab on his shoulder and a concussion on the back of his head. So there were duplicates of Lion's. So Fox couldn't have killed him because she was... Was anyone with Fox? Doesn't say anyone else was with Fox, so she could be lying. Sounds like everyone else found her after he'd been stabbed, right? I'm putting a lot of thought into that. So, the timeline. The opening of it is clear. Everyone but Leopard goes to the dungeons and Goat manages to escape. Fine. And then Goat goes with Leopard up to his room. Everyone else splits up to search and somehow Goat is in two places. He is killing Leopard, but he's also in here attacking Lion for reasons I do not understand. However, he is interrupted by Fox, who breaks the door down, apparently. She could have staged it. That plank didn't. We'll get back to the door. And for some reason they have duplicates of Fox's. This is Fox's duplicate clothes. That board... Oh no, there's a bit missing there. Okay, fair enough. How would she have done that though? Like right between the door frame? Yeah, oh okay, yeah. I didn't really think you could do that. Okay, so it definitely seems like Fox broke in and it's done the right way. Do I like a lot of burglars? A lot of people try and make things look like a break-in, but they smash the window from the wrong side. If someone's broken in, you're gonna smash it from the outside and the glass will land inside the room. But a lot of people smash it from the inside instead and the glass lands outside, so that well obviously someone broke out, not broke in. This is interesting. Well, who could the... Let's go back to our lineup. I love this. So it seems Leopard, Lion, Fox and Goat are in the clear. But I feel like Owl is suspicious. He blocked the way coming out of the dungeon and I was like, oh, no one could get past me. And I said he was telling the truth though. God. I'm unsure. Let's just go ahead and solve it. Let's just try. This is hard. Oh really? Shouldn't you have all the answers by now? I still love the dialogue. Stop saying that. Whoa, that's a scary face that you're making, baby. Dad, he keeps bothering me since the last case. He's so annoying. Make him stop. Stop crying. I'm just making sure you're not a cheater. How could you cheat? Oh, he didn't look at the roof. It's on me. I mean, if you're so smart, this should be so easy, right? What's the solution, Shay? You don't know? I'm not telling. You're just asking because you're stuck. Me too, I'm asking. No, I'm not. I know more than you do, at least. If you both know some parts of the story, let's put everything together, yeah? See if we complete the puzzle. Fine. Let's see if you know something I don't, Shay. Probably. Excellent. I think let's start by understanding how the first disappearance happened. If you recall, Goat was sealed away in the castle's dungeon. I do recall. However, when the group opened the door and checked, he was nowhere to be found. So what's the secret? How did he slip out without anyone noticing? Because of what he used, because of where he was, because of when he escaped, because of who let him out. I don't think it's a what he used. He didn't seem to have anything on him, and the book and candle are still there. Because of where he was in the end cell, but I don't particularly think that means much. Because of when he escaped? Would escaping earlier have helped? I don't think so. Because of who let him out. I feel like it needs to be this one. Is it deer. But they had the duplicates of Lion's clothing though. But that could point to Lion them trying to frame Lion rather than Lion being an accomplice. And why would you stab your accomplice? Well, I guess people could betray their accomplice if they thought they were going to tell on them. I don't think this is the right path. I think this person was more likely helping Goat afterwards. Because of when he escaped? I'm really not sure. Because of where he was just in the cell. No. I think we're gonna have to use a hint, sadly. This one's really difficult. What is it? There really was no opportunity for Goat to escape while the group blocked the wooden door. What does that mean? So that means he therefore escaped. Whilst we're here, I just want to have a quick look at the... Can we close look at the roof? Okay, we can't look at the roof really. No, just keep saying castle. Hold on. I forgot what the hint was. There really was no opportunity for Goat to escape while the group blocked the wooden door. What does that mean? That it means that he escaped... after. So a scream is heard, group goes inside. Here? Makes sense, before that it wouldn't be possible. But why did everyone miss the escape when it happened? What do you mean partial answer, no penalty? Okay, so he escaped afterwards. So what's the dungeon? So he managed to escape from here after everyone arrived because he hid under the bed. I really don't know. So it's not the men. So who let him out? No, I'm gonna use another hint. I'd rather get no points in a hint than just keep getting it wrong. Goat has a talent mentioned in one of the cards. If he had certain items at his disposal, what would that allow him to do? That he can mimic other people's voices. I don't think he necessarily used anything. I think it's who let him out. And I think it was deer. I don't think so. Locking up Goat, Deer lit up the door the whole time. No one saw Goat leave. After the group went inside, Owl blocked the exit and didn't feel anyone forcing his way out. Nobody had the opportunity to let Goat out without the rest of the group noticing. I still think it's a who though. Was it Lion then? I don't think so. Yeah, same thing.
5 minutes later.
What if he didn't escape? Yeah, I was thinking that too. The lion mask in the armory. I didn't say it just because of that. Goat was able to mimic voices, right? Oh, and he was similar to Lion too. So if Goat had his mask, he'd be able to trick others into thinking he was Lion. Got it. Nice, I like what I'm hearing. There is no way to escape in such a short period of time, so you're on the right track here. But answer me this, if Goat was disguised as Lion when the group was looking for them, how did nobody notice there were two lions? Because they were split up? In fact, why didn't Lion notice there wasn't a lion looking around? Surely he would have noticed. Oh, that! Oh, the reason's quite simple. Because he stayed in different cells. What if Goat stayed in one cell the whole time? As long as the lion never got in, it worked, right? Even if they were in different cells. Someone going from one cell to the next would realise something's wrong. True. Maybe Goat was careful and he stayed in the dark the whole time. It's not impossible, but it's a narrow space, Chief. He'd have to be pretty lucky to not get found out. The real trick Goat used had more chance of succeeding than that.
2 hours later.
Goat had an accomplice. How could they have helped? By making sure Lion stayed in a separate room? That would make sense to me if they made sure Lion stayed in the separate cell. So Goat would have stayed in that first cell. However, how Deer got there and realised, oh, how did Lion who was stood out there get here already? Don't know. I still think Fox is suspicious. So Goat had an accomplice. How could they have helped? Because of what Goat used, but I can't select a person. armory. This? No, I thought it selected the table. Don't select the table. Yes, that's what Goat wore to avoid being noticed inside the dungeon, but that just raises the question of why nobody noticed two different people walking around with the same mask. I feel like I know the answer, but I don't know how to communicate. The answer is that that his accomplice made sure Lion stayed in another cell. But there isn't really an option to do that. I'm not even bothered about the points. Like, I like the game, I think it's cute, but definitely the mysteries aren't easily solvable. I don't particularly feel they give you enough information. There would be a problem if both lines are spotted in the same place at the same time. How could that be avoided? I know how it could be avoided, but they aren't really giving me the option. Because of what Goat used, he used another person. But I can't select another person. Thank God there's a skip option. There were never two lions in the room. The real lion never went through the door at all. Huh? Why not? Because he was an agent of evil with a heart as dark as the night. What does that mean? It means they were working together. I see, I get it, they switched. Precisely, the trick was a two-man act. The mastermind Goat, the lucky lion. While Goat was trapped, he disguised himself as his partner and faked a scream and hid like a weasel in the darkness of one of the cells. How did he get out of the fourth cell though? When the group ran inside, they flew right by him, blinded by the light of the candle, not noticing that a certain someone had stayed behind. Right, Lion, the group entered without him, but nobody realised that because it was dark. I agree, I think it's plausible, but was I just supposed to select the corner of the room? Is communicating you to select some kind of object, not a corner. You know what I mean? It doesn't... And while they were checking the last cell, Goat blended in and took his place. Yeah. Exactly, you guys are crushing it so far. I am absolutely not. It's as you said, there's only so much you can do alone. Thankfully for Goats, he had a partner in crime. So is that it? Have we explained everything that took place in the dungeon? Yeah. I think so, yeah. Well, there's something, but maybe it's obvious. If it isn't obvious to you, boss, it isn't obvious. Fire away. Okay, how did Goat even get Lion's clothes? You said they were wearing the same thing, didn't you? I mean, they went in the dungeon when the group checked the first time, and Goat wasn't hiding them with him either. Oh, I bet it's not that hard to do. You just do it somehow. No, details, that's what it's all about. You're right, Chief, that's what I was waiting to hear. How did Goat get Lion's masks and clothes to make them switch? If I was Goat, I would have put Lion's outfit on, then put mine over it, and then done the reverse. I would have got fully undressed, put Goat's clothes back on, and then Lion's over top. Figure that out and you'll start unraveling this whole thing. Will we really? Because of when he received it. Through the window. Between the scream and when he was sealed. Sounds like the right timing, but how? Through the window. Through the window. The window. Because of what he used. The window. Cell window. Someone in that little boat. Through the bars. If the mask wasn't in the dungeon in the first place, it had to come through the windows, right? Good. But what is right outside those windows? The moat, but there is a boat! Water? Correct. The window leads to the moat. So it's not so obvious how Goat would have gotten the disguise. There is something called a boat. You're onto something, but your answer is going to have to be more specific. There's a boat. A boat. You. How? Via the boat, because of what he used. He used the boat. Stop taking me away from the boat. 'Twas the boat. Maybe the clothes were on the boat and the boat was so close he could... No, crap. I meant someone like got in the boat and... God, that's a good idea, but it wouldn't work, Pumpkin. The cell windows are too high up. The boat possibly floating away would also be a problem. What if the Lion guy was on the boat? That's right, he delivered the goods himself. No, what are you saying? Lion was waiting in the dungeon with the rest of the group. Right, Leopard then. Oh. Maybe he secretly left just after they trapped Goatman. You don't know. That doesn't sound right. Yeah, no. Be too risky. Even if he could leave completely unnoticed. What if someone tried to talk to him? He wouldn't be able to answer once he was gone. Alright, it was Leopard then. It's not a bad idea, but we want a solution that's more reasonable to pull off than that. Well then I don't know what he used. Honestly, the only plausible explanation to me is Leopard got in the boat and took it round. Oh god, I didn't mean to do that. And took it round. Because no one else was involved. Yeah? What's Goat wearing and what's Lion wearing? I mean, the only difference is Goat has a waistcoat and tie and Lion has a bow tie. Is it called a cummerbund, the belt thing? You could have easily put them in your pocket. Or put them under your shirt or something. It's not like Fox and Deer and Peacock with their dresses. That would be a bit more difficult. They're both male, they're both wearing similar outfits. Let's go back in the dungeon. So yeah, like I said, I like the game. I just don't always feel like there's quite enough information for you to be able to figure it out. I see, this is like that trick in the tower show. Is it? Is it? The one you mean with the rope? Oh, a rope, that's a good one. What? Yeah, they were never going to find anything inside the dungeon. Because the costume was outside. The goat put Lion's costume in a bag, tied it to a rope and dropped it downstairs. When, before this all happened, the rope dangled right next to one of the prison windows. You just need to stick out your hand and you'll be able to reach it. Of course. Perfect. Couldn't have explained it better myself. Sorry, there's a cat now. The fog of doubt clears up, one mystery at a time. So that's how the first trick was done, but we're not quite done yet. But I couldn't look at the roof. It wouldn't let me look at the roof. The mysteries are fine, the mysteries are good and interesting, and I like the game, but there's just not enough information given. There's a bunch of stuff that happened after that, right? Oh, loads, we're like a third of the way through. Exactly. Let's back up a bit and focus on what happened right after Goat disappeared inside the dungeon. People saw him again with a dead guy. Thanks, Shay. Wait, that's weird. We just said Goat didn't actually escape from the dungeon. Oh, you didn't figure that out yet, Bosun? So I would assume Goat replaced his mask and his outfit in the bag, and then the Lion went upstairs to get it. What, you did? Shut up, give me a second. So why was Goat seen in the main hall while he was in the dungeon disguised as Lion? So it was Lion in disguise. That looks weird. Right, just like Goat pretended to be Lion, Lion pretended to be Goat. Ding ding! Yeah, I'm going to wait for Dad to give me the green light here. Oh, she's my substitute. I'm running out of steam here. Give it a go, Cherry. Ding ding ding! That said, how did Lion end up with Goat mask? Put it in the bag! Goat had his mask when he was locked up inside the dungeon, so how did Lion manage to obtain it from outside? I think Shay wants to answer that since she knows so much already. Huh? From the bag, right? Yeah. The Goat man got rid of his mask, put it in the bag, and then Lion pulled it up, presumably. That's why nobody found it after that. Yes. And all the Lion guy had to do was pull up the rope, even the bag, open, there you go. Open the bag. I said even the bag. What's wrong with it? I can't read. Okay, yeah, I was going to say that too. Perfect. Those are my detectives. We've made some great progress. We've explained how Goat disappeared and how it's possible he was seen shortly afterwards in the main hall. Moreover, we've uncovered the fact that Goat and Lion were accomplices, so we know quite a bit at this point. But there are two issues we haven't touched on yet. The Tax and Leopard's room and in the armory. What happened in the armory is particularly confusing. Goat disappeared again and Lion was assaulted. But now that we know Lion and Goat were together, Lion being there doesn't seem like such a coincidence, does it? So this attack was done to clear Lion's name, kind of like, oh, why would I have done it if why would I have been working with him if he attacked me or whatever, kind of thing. But it's weird. He got stabbed if he was a bad guy as well. Maybe they had a fight, I guess. Maybe? Well, that's part of what you got to figure out. Why don't you take another look at the clues again? I don't think I want to. I think I know them well enough. Maybe after knowing what happened in the dungeon, you can make some more deductions. You do that, and once you're ready, we'll figure out together the truth behind it all. Yeah, let's do it. I'm just a bit confused about the order. So I was fine up until Goat escaping from the dungeon. So if we just go back in here, I just want to look at the cars more than anything. So 15 minutes after Goat vanished in the dungeon, he was seen in the main hall with Leopard, which we know was Lion in disguise. And then they went upstairs. But then Lion was found in the armory. The group tried entering Leopard's room, but it was locked. They forced it and found him dead. So what I think happened though, okay, so Goat gets locked in the dungeon. He dresses up as Lion in disguise. Lion goes up to the roof and redresses as Goat. He goes into the main hall and kills Leopard for reasons unbeknownst to me. I don't know why they're doing this. I don't know the reason for any of this. And then Goat and Lion are in the armory together, and Goat hurts his accomplice. Either to try and get Lion off the hook, or because they had a genuine fight. That's what I think happened. So what happened in Lion's room and in the armory? I spy my little eye tricks and buffoonery. I shall leave no clue unturned. Yes, quite brutal. Yeah. What's in this? Ho ho, the villains were cunning indeed. I see. What, did you think of something? Bosun, my boy. I'm afraid there's too much I see right now. Yes, a lot that went down, wasn't there? So where should we begin? How Goat escaped from the armory? Elementary, well, he jumped out the window. We could start there, yes, but let me give you a hand here. There's something that you might have missed. It's something that's not easy to think about, but it'll give you a better view of what happened. What I want you to think about is this. Who planned Leopard's murder? I guess both of them together. Who planned it? Wasn't it Lion and Goat? They were working together, right? We did say that. But Lion testified Goat stabbed him and ran away. Yeah, but so is it a trick or was it an actual betrayal? Did everything go as planned or not exactly? He didn't kill him, so I feel like it was possibly part of the plan, so no one will suspect Lion, sort of thing. The key to understanding that is asking ourselves why Leopard's murder happened the way it did. But to be the way it was just like in a room. So what do you think? Let it simmer for a bit. So who planned Leopard's murder? I think it was Lion. And then maybe they weren't supposed to do that. I'm not sure, this is kind of confusing, so Goat got angry and attacked his accomplice. Is that so? I'm afraid I can't relate. I see the truth clear as day. Ugh, of course. Spit it out then, what is it? You just need to put on your detective hat, Bosun. Riddle me this. Who would blame people for Leopard's death? Ah, Goat. Goat, I guess. I don't really think about it like that. People saw him with Leopard before he died. I don't know. Do you? It's crystal clear it was Lion, no? Because he traded places with Goat. What else was Lion planning to do with Leopard if not kill him? Talk? Play checkers? There were some papers in his room, maybe that. He was a duke, so he'd have some control, you know? Then what reason could Lion have to change masks? That's to, that is weird. It's simple, really. He put on the goat mask to pin the murder on him. Oh, I didn't really think about it like that. Okay. I thought it was like maybe a planned thing. They could just kind of get it all done, okay. What? But they were working together, Shay? I mean, unless Goat only knew the dungeon trick and nothing else, okay, yeah, makes sense. 'Tis the natural conclusion. Lion was plotting a ruse of his own against his partner. Oh. While Goat gave him an alibi pretending to be him in the dungeon, Lion took Goat's identity to commit murder. He was no lackey, he was the true mastermind all along. Case solved. Not even close, but I kind of agree. Okay, yeah, makes sense. So maybe Lion being attacked wasn't a trick after all. Yeah, I know how he got away with it too. Huh? Really? You do? Okay. Look at this. The Lion guy was knocked out slightly below the window. Did his head like bash the window? Because no one actually seemed to see Goat, but if Lion was Goat's accomplice, then he could have been like, oh yeah, it was Goat who attacked me. You know? Which means it's possible that Goatman escaped through the window after hitting the Lion guy to the moat, where he fell into the water then, yes. So is it really that? He could have stabbed himself and hit his head back on. It doesn't, you can't really see really which direction he would have hit the window from. Actually, listen, what if he was just hiding behind the door when the fox came in? And while Fox was checking in Lion, Goat just left. That works. I feel like Lion did this to himself. Okay, let me interrupt for 1 second. You're doing great though. I like where this is going. Leaving through the window or through the door, both are perfectly possible at first glance. But after leaving the armory, what then? What did Goat do? He escaped on the boat. The police arrived and searched, but he was nowhere to be found. He ran away, he wasn't in the castle. How? The guards didn't see him when leaving through the front gate. He just went for a dive. The moat. There were no footprints outside the castle. You see, it's not leaving the armory that's the problem. The real head scratcher here is how Goat managed to escape from the castle. That's the big question, the most important one yet. So let's hear your answer. How did Goat vanish a second time? I want to say he took a new identity. I feel that's the most obvious answer, but he said everyone took off their masks. And whilst yes, he had the lion duplicate's on the thing there, so I don't think it's the last one. Because of who helped? Because of what he used, because of where he was. Let's go for a hint here since it's for 30 points. I'm not going to get a high mark on this one, absolutely not. Goat couldn't have done it alone. agree. But I'm not sure he got a new identity. Fox seems sketchy to me. Maybe the fox lady helped him. No, only had one accomplice, and it was like, okay, so it's not who. So it was, well, it could be who, it could be Lion, because of who helped. I think it was kind of staged. I think Lion helped somehow. Nope, we said he was trying to frame Goatman. Then how did he escape, huh? I don't know. Cherry's got a point, boss, but that doesn't mean you're wrong. I'll let you in on this. Lion had something to do with this. Goat wouldn't have been able to pull this on his own. I'll leave you to figure out exactly what happened. Okay, so it's not these last two. It can't be this. Because of where he was, because of what he used. Let's just do it. Let's go for it. Goat wasn't found inside the castle, but there was no evidence of him leaving either. So where was he? How did he get out? He got to the roof and he just paraglided off. How did he get there? So where was he? How did he get there? The boat is still there, so we can't have left on the boat. Let's just select the boat, see what happens. I want to, how did he, because of what he used. The boat, he left on the boat. The boat, just said water, like no. I understand, you are right, Shay, he used the window to get out. But he used something else too, the boat. He must have left it floating near the armory, it wouldn't have stayed. And to escape, he hopped on it and rowed towards the dock. He tied the boat again to make it seem like it wasn't used, then he disappeared. Alright, I like the idea of but exactly how would he disappear? Can you be more specific? Sorry Dad, what do you mean? Remember, the police didn't find him in the castle. The main gate was guarded the whole time. And there weren't any footprints in dirt surrounding the castle either. So even if Goat had done what you said, it doesn't ultimately explain how he got away. The trick is something else entirely. Oh, alright. So if Goat this was the armory, right? If he truly did leave, he would have just swam. But then eventually there would have been dirty footprints. I don't feel like it's obvious in the slightest. Absolutely not. Maybe he was underwater? Are you asking me this, or is that your answer? It's like drowning slowly. He was underwater. Correct. But you need to clarify what you mean for me. What exactly was Goat doing in the moat? Dying. He had an accident, yeah, because he died. Did he hit his head while he was trying to escape? He's dead, so he just fell and died? It's a possibility, but the body would have eventually surfaced. Also, if that's what happened to Goat, there'd be many things in the armory that would remain unexplained. So I'm afraid that's not it. So he was just hiding? Someone threw him, so it was a fight. Hold on, I just realised, if Goat didn't kill anyone, why would he even escape? Because Lion set him up for killing the other guy, remember? He had to run away. No, that's dumb. If he was framed, he should have stayed and cleared his name. True, Bosun, true. But that's kind of funny. That means Lion had to kill Goat. It does. Yeah, you just said it. If Goat talked to the cops, he'd tell them they'd switch places. So then Lion wouldn't have to kill Goatman, so he wouldn't. So then wouldn't Lion have to kill Goat, so he wouldn't spill the beans? I guess that's true. Huh. But it looks like Lion got stabbed instead. Very mysterious. Let us try to reconstruct what happened. Perhaps it will lead us to the truth. The two men gather in the armory. Goat is distracted. And then betrayal. Lion pulls a knife and attacks. But Goat turns around and stops the knife with his mouth. And then is like, I know it along. And Lion is like, what? And no, wait, Shay, I got it. Right, it was so obvious. There were no footprints outside because Goat didn't actually escape. And the police didn't find him because he had something wrong. They thought he was alive, but he was deep underwater, dead. Oh, I get it. You're right. I wasn't thinking that. It's like you said, Shay. Lion getting stabbed was a trick. The truth is that Lion killed Goat. Why? But he had to hide the body because Lion wanted to frame Goat for everything. But wouldn't it just surface again? So he probably had a bag full of heavy things hidden somewhere. After killing Goat, he tied the bag to the body and then jumped it through the window. Excellent, that's exactly what happened. Yeah, awesome, high five! Yeah. You kids are getting too good at this. It put me out of a job if I'm not careful. You think so? I know so. That's sad. Sorry to cut the celebration short, but there's also something you haven't explained. Oh, for God's sake, you just do it. Don't get me wrong, for all intents and purposes, you've got the bad guy. But let's make sure we understand exactly how it happened, alright? Alright. Great, that's what I like to hear. And let's start with this. When exactly did the killing take place? After Leopard. So... in between here? So between Fox knocking and Fox entering. Didn't it happen when Fox Lady was about to go in? No, if Lion had killed Goat then, he wouldn't have time to make the body disappear. Okay, so... before Fox even knocks then. Well, after killing Goat, you need some time to weigh down the body and do everything else. So it must have been before Fox knocked on the door. Exactly, Chief. But that's the case, what part of the crime scene doesn't seem to make sense? Broken barricade makes sense, because Fox does that. Lion's duplicate clothes. Why would Goat take them off, I suppose? I guess his stab wound. I would assume the stab wound was self-inflicted. The Lion guy lied. He wasn't really attacked, because Goat was dead by then. The fight the Fox Lady heard behind the door was all fake. Correct again. Oh, so if Lion wasn't really attacked, then how was he stabbed? Himself. He did it himself. It's a trick. Alright, how did you figure? Because the Goat was dead. Obviously, it had to be him. Because it sounds like it's the answer. That's a compelling argument, but aren't there any other reasons? I know, if Lion had been stabbed by Goat, he wouldn't have been able to dump the body. His wound was deep and people are heavy, and that would have spilt blood everywhere. Strawberry jam everywhere. And so he must have been okay while he was throwing the body. Which means the only possible culprit for stabbing was himself. Or not. Maybe that's too much. You're right, boss. Chin up. And you do make a good point there. It is too much. This is where I want us to end up. This is where I wanted us to end up. Nobody could stab Lion but himself, but why would he even do that? To frame Goat. Goat's body was already disposed of by the time Fox arrived, so why not simply open the door for her? If you think about it, the reason we discovered what happened to Goat was because we investigated the armory, which only occurred because Lion got attacked there. Calling attention to the place where he killed someone minutes before doesn't sound very smart, does it? Very good point. That means that Lion must have had strong reason for fabricating this lie. And that's the last riddle of the night. Why did Lion stab himself? I see, there's a mystery remaining. It seems difficult. But if we just think about it, the truth that the treacherous mastermind tried to sink into the ocean will have no choice but to float back to the surface. No choice. Oh, I got it. It's simple, I know what it is. You do? What is it? The floor is all yours, Pumpkin. Send us off with your answer. So why did Lion stab himself? To me, the reason is so no one connects him to the Leopard crime scene. So to make Goat more suspicious. It was to make the Goat more suspicious and evil, than to make himself the victim. There's some of that, yes, but that's not enough motive. Why didn't Lion just pretend he didn't know anything? He could have avoided an investigation in the armory. Ultimately, it is about shifting blame, you've got that right. But there's a very specific reason behind it. I suppose he needed his mask back. He would need his mask back. Because of what forced him to do it. The duplicate. Oh, people would suspect him of the Lion costume on the table. He faked the fight to blame that on Goat somehow. The clothes are suspicious, you're not wrong there, but he could have just hidden them in a barrel until the coast was clear. By calling attention to the armory with the attack, he didn't exactly divert attention from them. Was it maybe then these handkerchiefs? They're everywhere. This. Oh, right. Okay, we've come a long way to understand everything that happened. Let's take it from the top. Starting with our villains. We had two this time around, yeah? Who were they? Lion and Goat, right? Right, this whole thing started when those two made a pact weeks before everything went down. Why? You see, Lion had a bit of a gambling problem, was deep in debt. Oh, okay. He reached out to Goat with a plan to swindle a couple of fools out of money. So the night of the party came. Two men riled each other up, which is when Goat brought up the bet. Lion accepted straight away and managed to get a few more people in on it. Then everyone went down to the dungeon. The place was searched, but there was nothing to find. And just like that, Goat was sealed away. What did he do then? He grabbed Lion's clothes that were tied up to a bag that was just outside the window. Yeah, and then he dressed as a lion and put his own clothes in the bag so no one could find them after. Exactly, then he played a trick by putting the book and candle in the last cell. Not really important. And after a little while, he screamed at the top of his lungs and hid. Then what? Everyone saw the candle light from the last cell. They must have thought something bad happened to him because of the scream. So they ran all the way to the end. Everyone except for Lion. Right, Lion was in on it. The whole trick was that the goat would pretend he was Lion. That was possible because they all wore masks and Goat had a talent for mimicking voices. So they made the switch, right? When exactly? The group arrived at the last cell, one person short without realising, and they were scared and confused. Goat sneakily appeared behind them. Thus the ruse was completed. I love the way she talks. Yes, so Goat would keep up the charade for a bit longer as the group tried to find him in the dungeon. And once everyone gave up, Goat and Lion would switch places again and collect the money. Or at least that's what Goat thought would happen, but unbeknownst to him, Lion had plans of his own. He wanted money, but not the chump change you get with the bear. He was looking to get a lot more. He didn't bring it up because he didn't relate to how the crime occurred, but Leopard and Lion were uncle and nephew. I feel like that's important. Why, you should have brought that up. Why wouldn't you? Leopard didn't have any children, and Lion was the closest relative. So if Leopard died, Lion would inherit. So what Lion was after when he made it was an ironclad alibi. After that, once the switch occurred, everyone would believe that Lion was there inspecting the dungeon with them, which meant the real Lion was free to do as he pleased. So he went up to the roof and pulled at the rope and bag with Goat's clothes, then changed. From that point onwards, everyone would see him as Goat. And then went to the party and took Leopard to a place where they would be alone. Everyone saw this, which is what Lion wanted, but Lion didn't know how to mimic voices, right? Wouldn't people know it was him? Only if they talked to him, but he only talked to Leopard. But then Leopard wouldn't know. What if he did? In fact, that would explain why Leopard went along so easily since he and Lion were related. Didn't he know his nephew came as Lion though? Wouldn't he be like, why did you get changed? Be like, oh, I just fancied it. But the thing is, it doesn't matter if you knew he didn't because of what happened after. Oh true, how evil! Lion killed Leopard, stole his key and locked the door. Locking the door was just so nobody happened to find the body. After all, Lion still had things to do that night. He wanted to kill Goat too, right? Because he'd tell people what really happened. Yeah, so he waited for him in the armory. That he did. And why did Goat happen to be there as well? Was that a coincidence? They were going to exchange clothes there, weren't they? That's right, the dungeon trick was going to conclude with the two men meeting in the armory and trading costumes, which gave Lion the perfect opportunity to kill Goat before he realised what was happening. Now, before committing any crimes, Lion exercised a bit of patience. He let Goat change out the Lion costume and put his own back on, but if Goat's body ever floated back up, Lion didn't want any evidence linking back to him. Oh, that makes sense. So he waited until Goat put his own clothes again. Goat in turn placed the Lion disguise on the table. And then he was killed, just like Leopard was. Lion cleaned the knife and placed it on the table, then he barricaded the door so he wouldn't be interrupted. Very good idea, it turns out. He dragged the body outside the window and took a bag that was hidden in the corner of the room. The bag was heavy. What was in there? The missing armour. It was missing? That's a solid candidate. He could have used a few cannonballs as well. I don't feel it was well communicated enough, just in my opinion. So Lion tied the bag to Goat's body and threw it out the window, letting it sink to the bottom of the moat. But that's when something very unfortunate happened to our favourite criminal. What was that? The fox girl heard him making a ruckus, so she came to check. And why was that a problem? I see it very clearly when I close my eyes. The villain just threw the body off the window. Someone knocks on the door, a familiar voice is heard. Lion looks around in panic. There's blood on the ground, on the table, the murder weapon shines in moonlight. Time stops. What should he do? Should he wait in silence? Nay, he didn't know why someone was looking for him. Perhaps Lion had been found already? If the fox lady insisted on entering, finding him in that state would be quite incriminating. Then should he grab everything and flee? But officers would surely notice blood on the scene. With Goat still missing, the case would be too obvious. They would eventually find the body, and most likely the truth. So what then? What should he do? Naturally, he should create another explanation for all the strawberry jam in the room. He had made Goat a villain already, perhaps he could do it again. Time started ticking again. The Lion screamed and pretended to have a fight with himself for Fox to hear. He took the knife and went towards the window, and full of resolve, he stabbed himself. He threw the knife away from him and threw himself against the window so hard he cracked it and gave himself a concussion. After all, an unconscious man wouldn't have to give it any explanations of what happened with Goat. Blood dripped from his open wound, mixing with the blood of his own victim. And so Fox opened the door, time accelerated, people flashback. And the truth lay hidden at the bottom of the sea. Until now. Like I said, I literally awful, did terribly. See? It's not, you're not given enough information. Yeah, who's the best? We're the best. Criminals all over the world, we're coming to get you. Hey, you actually aren't that bad at this. I know, that's what I'm saying. Okay, then I guess it's fine if you stay. I was going to anyway. What if you got stuck on a case and cried? Why? I wouldn't do that. Get stuck or cry. Hey, what are you two doing? You just cracked a tough case. You know what I do when that happens? Crack open a cold one with the boys. Oh no, celebrate. Oh, confetti, woo! Yeah, pretty cool, huh? I want a few of these for the occasion. Nice, can I try one? Haha, sure, why not? Awesome, okay. Oh no, my hand's slipping. Shay, watch out. Hey, it's not working. Is this thing gone? Rookie mistake, Bo. You left the safety on. This is how you do it. Freeze, criminal. Ha, wait, kids, stop. Point them upwards, upwards. Like I said, it was a cute game and I enjoyed it. But literally apart from maybe like the first two, arguably first three, like the footprints in the snow, the theatre one, and the first tower one, there was enough to work out what was happening. But in terms of the mysteries and the stories themselves, not really, I'd say, sadly. Hi, I'm Rio. I hope you enjoy playing it. Word of mouth is powerful, so if you know anyone who might like this game, I'd deeply appreciate if you shared it with them. It's been my first experience making a real game. I'm glad I managed to see it through to the end, but there's still so much more I want to create. So many games aren't going to make themselves. My sincerest hope, if they will, with your help, they become a reality. Yeah, I liked it. I loved how it looked, and I loved the idea of it, but the actual mysteries themselves, in my opinion, needed some work because it really wasn't obvious a lot of the time what was going on. But anyway, that's Little Locked Rooms. I still really enjoyed it even though the mysteries weren't the greatest. I'd love to know what you all thought, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!